I'm Snow, and this is
Gas and go with Snow. Time to steal the show.
All right, welcome to another episode of Gas and Go with Snow. We're here with Gordon Tronson and me, Matt. We're here because I stopped to help a stranded motorist. I saw an RV stuck on the side of the road, and we helped get the thing going again. And Gordon says, well, check out what's in the trailer. And what's in the trailer? This.
Boom. Now, okay, according to Gordon, what is this? The what? Most famous hot rod in the whole world.
And I'm open to any suggestions that think there might be one that's more famous. And I'm sure I'll be able to shut it down.
I came up with a few, but they're all more famous in their own circles. This is famous outside of people who like cars.
Yeah, it's been seen in TV on 152 countries. Been to Europe. 600,000 people came to see it all over Russia, Ukraine, the Netherlands, Scandinavia, England,
America.
You name it.
And you still drive the thing.
And yeah, I've.
Okay, so you fired this up for us a little while ago, and this thing sounds just like a beast. So give us a little bit, a brief description of what are we looking at here? I see two giant motors.
What it started out as, these are actually Mark 8 Lincoln motors. They put them in the Super Cobras. They're a 4.6 double overhead cam, 4-valve, and I made the manifolds, and obviously you can see put superchargers on them. And I did away with all electronics in the back of the cams. I've got a 1939 Ford flathead distributor. It's a not the points, the induction one. Anyway, mounted those on the back, and as you can see, it's got carburetors. It's just normal old school, but new school, and it just runs great. I've got like 4,000 miles on it. I've been driving it since 2014 or something, off and on. Obviously I don't go very far because the gas tank's only 10 gallons, and I can probably go. I can probably go from one gas station to the next.
Well, you visited us on the Salt.
Yes, and then about 3 weeks ago, we went to Bonneville and took the car, and we actually ended up driving it every day for 3 days down the freeway. Went for breakfast in it, and then of course we cruised around on the salt flats with it. And
well, let me ask you, Gordon, what prompted you to build this? How do you even come up with this idea? I mean,
well, it all started out because of my rat rod that I built to go to Viva Las Vegas every year. It's a kind of a rat rod lowrider lead sledge car show.
Yeah.
And after that show, I got thinking, next year I've got to come with something different that nobody else has got.
Okay.
And that's where I came up with the twin engine. Now, once again, I'm not the first one, actually probably the last one. Back in the 50s and the 60s, it was common practice for the drag racers to put multi-engines in their dragsters.
But they put them in line though, right?
They put them in line, but there were actually a number of cars that they did do side by side. And there's actually a really good website. It's called Twins to Go, TWINSTOGO. If you can search for it, there's a whole history documentation on multi-engine race cars.
Just like Showboat and all those
yeah,
things.
And of course one of the most famous is Tommy Ivo. He had the 4-engine Buick, so he had 2 Buicks driving the front wheels, and then he had the other 2 engines driving the back.
But even then, the engines that were side by side, they weren't connected. They were in line to a diff, right?
Yeah, well, what they do is they couple them with a big chain with the crankshaft. So what they did in the early days was because as you probably, this has a belt drive. It's a polychain, 14 millimeter polychain carbon fiber industrial belt, 3.5 inches wide. Back then, they didn't have that technology. So what was interesting, if you look at some of the cars back then, the 2 V8s, they actually welded 2 ring gears together. And hence you'll see the engines are on an angle, so they can butt the flywheels up together.
They were actually connecting the engines.
And they would last about 1 race, so they had to replace them. And there are other configurations where they actually did do one engine was coupled to that engine in the front, and then 1 rear end going out there. Another guy, he had 2 drive shafts with 2 pumpkins built into the drive back rear axle.
One driving each wheel or what?
Well, whatever they did, yeah.
Wow. Wow.
And then the other famous twin engine is Twin Mill, and it was a Hot Wheels
Hot
car.
Wheels
this one-
car.
yeah,
It was a Hot Wheels car, and there is somebody, I forget who, but they actually turned it into a real life.
Yeah.
And that actually used a big gearbox.
Yeah.
So with gears inside it, oil bath, the whole 9 yards. And there was another one, had 2 transmissions. And literally 2 transmissions going out to the rear end, and each one was separate. So the left wheel transmission drove that side, and the other one drove the other
You wouldn't
side.
want to develop a misfire.
No,
on it. You
yeah,
can't go down the
well,
drag
I know,
strip.
So how they shifted
Can we
it
hear
up.
this thing? Can we fire this up?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here we
Actually,
go.
I just
I want to hear this thing.
I turned the
What's the
thing on.
starting procedure? Is it just like a normal car?
Yeah, well, it's got two starter motor on each engine.
Yeah.
And they're both, of course, they're tied together, so they have to start together. I just got the batteries disconnected.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
look at the salt still on it. Yeah, look at that. That's evidence.
What's that?
All the salt still.
Oh, yeah,
You'll be
yeah.
finding that for a while.
I want to hear this thing fire up. Oh yeah, baby.
There you go.
That is an amazing piece of engineering. I can't believe you made this work.
Oh, of course we only need one boost gauge for the 2 blowers because it's on one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny because I originally had two tachometers, but it can only go,
Yeah.
it doesn't make any difference. It can only
There's
go one.
Something's gone wrong.
Yeah. So,
Well, hey, thanks for taking the time to show this to us. This
time.
right here is definitely the highlight of this trip
This was
into
worth
Vegas. It was
price
worth
of
the
admission.
price of admission. We're gonna take a walk around the rest of the property. All right, Gordon, tell us a little bit about what we got right here. This thing looks like a monster.
I think it is, yes. Definitely a monster. Believe it or not, it weighs in about 900 pounds. Just not
Really?
much worse
That's
than a
less
full
than my
dresser.
bagger.
Yeah. It's no more than, I weighed it, it was just like 1,000 pounds.
Yeah.
And what we got here is 4 RevTechs, which everybody knows are like S&S,
Yeah.
replacement Harley. They're all the same, they're all interchangeable. These are 100 horsepower, 100 cubic inch each. And the beauty of this thing, as everybody knows, these 2 engines on the left run backwards.
Run backwards.
And I believe they're the only 2 V-twins in the entire world that run the opposite way. And if anybody knows how I did it, then good luck. There's 4 things to make them run backwards, and most people will get 2, but nobody's got the 3rd, and definitely nobody's got the 4th, ever. So
Nobody's ever got it.
Nobody's ever
Okay,
got
so
it.
I tell you what. Hey, if
There's
you
a
guys are
competition.
watching this, I will give you $100 if you can tell me how Gordon made these 2
There
run
you go.
backwards. Now,
Yep.
there's 4 things, 4
Yep.
key items, right?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to keep in touch with you. If anybody gets it, $100. Anybody can tell me how he made these 2 run backwards.
That would be cool, because if you could get like a competition going, it would be
Yeah.
cool. People could
Yeah.
write in if they edit, say, oh, I know how he did it,
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting, and very interesting.
All right. Well, you are truly a mad scientist, brother. I'm impressed with everything you've showed us today. All right, Gordon. We're here with the supercar, right? And like Talik said, we're sensing a theme here. What do you got under the hood of this thing?
Well, like I said, I'm how can I put this? Famous for doing one-offs and something different. So I call this the world's first supercar. Well, what's a supercar? Well, it's a supercar with 2 engines. And somehow
weird.
I almost beat Chevrolet. I actually started building this before the C8 Corvette was actually announced.
Yeah.
And I almost had it finished. I think I finished it just as the C8
Was dropping.
came
Yeah.
available. And anyway, so what I've done is I cut the front and the back off a C5 Corvette,
Yeah.
and then refabricated all the back end, the front end, made all the molds for all the body panels, and at the same time stuffed 2 LT4s together with my belt drive system that I use on the hot rod and the motorcycle and various other things I got.
One of the things that I found just super surprising is that you said those 2 motors would have fit in the frame rails of a stock Vette, right? So it's
Correct.
not, you didn't have to make the car wider to get those 2 motors together?
No, I didn't. You would think that, but what happens with the Corvette, you've got the motor in the middle, but they've got the 2 big gas tanks on each side.
Yeah.
So if you take those out, you've actually got quite a bit of room.
Yeah.
What happened, why this ended up being so wide, as you can see the radiators, I wanted to get all the air I could get possibly in.
Pretty big. That's a big old radiator. What is that, a 5-core radiator?
Yeah, so it's pretty much because of the radiators is so wide. Although knowing what I know now, I probably could have turned them around and made them parallel.
Yeah.
And then had forced induction air coming in, but that was hindsight. But so now we have probably the widest car on the planet because this barely fits in my trailer. I mean,
I was like, this thing is as wide as my Humvee.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's I think it's like 78 inches wide.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Humvee's 7'1".
Yeah, these are obviously water cooled, supercharged.
Yeah.
LT4.
I mean, no, that's an impressive running gear there.
1,300 horsepower, 1,300 foot-pounds of torque.
1,300 horsepower in 12.4 liters.
And I've already got issues with it tearing up the train. I've already tore the flex plate tear off the bolts.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it won't, there's just no way it's going to handle.
That's a lot of power.
A lot of power. The torque is what, destroys stuff. So it's, it's a cruiser. It's a conversation piece.
It's a cruiser. 1,300 horsepower cruiser. So we're here in one of Gordon's garages. Now, you took us out to Cars and Coffee in a 60 Caddy that was parked right here.
Yep.
But what do we have done the rest of the way here? And then we'll go check out a couple other cars. So what is this?
This one's a 58 Corvette that I pretty well just finished.
Okay.
And as you can see, it's my normal gaudy stuff. Can't just have a stock Corvette, so.
The hood, just the fit and finishes.
So anyway, put obviously a small block Chevy with a supercharger, 671, and this thing runs so sweet. Believe it or not, I was telling you about these carburetors. I can have this thing idling at 700 RPM, and you can't even hear it running except for the little whine of the blower.
Yeah. All right. And then what's that behind you right there?
And this is my 1960 Chevy Impala. It's got a 348.
Oh, we got a W motor.
Big block, tri-power, power steering.
This is the original big block, the original Chevy big block right there.
Right there, yeah.
And
as everybody knows, after this one, they went to the 409.
Yeah.
That's the most famous one with the song.
Yep.
My 409.
Yep. That's a 61 is where they started with those.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you got a 57 Chevy.
57 Bel Air. And it's all kind of patinaed out. At one time, I guess it was a show car because it was the candy apple red. You can still see the candy apple on the dash, but it was sitting outside for 100 years, and it's just the way it is. And I put all 4 new tires on it, put a battery in it, and fired it up, and down the road we go.
Oh, I never noticed the mural.
Oh, the mural on there, yeah. Yeah, it's quite a classic.
I gotta get some airbrush work done. That's so sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's definitely.
How about this guy?
Yeah, this is my rat rod, if you want to call it. It's pretty ratty. It's once again, it's got one of my famous 4.6s. Same thing. It got the Ford flathead distributor on the back, but this one's actually got the automatic transmission and with a computer. And I've actually had a laptop on the roof dialing it in, which is kind of cool for a Model A. And it's got air conditioning and stereo.
No way.
Yeah, the whole 9 yards.
All right.
It's got a Jag rear end diff in it, and a homemade front suspension, which is, I don't know what you want to call it. I call it a independent straight axle.
Let's see the leaf ring.
Yeah. Nah, 79 Z28. Slowly one day put it all back together. I had it at the paint shop and still getting around to putting it all back. I've got everything for it, just got to put it all back together.
That looks like something fun.
And this is what I call little girl's Ferrari. It's a girly Ferrari, 355 Spyder.
But it wouldn't bother me, I'd drive the hell out of this.
They're kind of cute. It's it's cute. I like it.
Outrun USA.
Well, I tell you got some of everything, man. You got if you're a car guy, there's something in here you'll like.
I'm not just one Ford, Chrysler, Chevy. I like them all. Doesn't matter what it is.
That's the way it ought to be.
And I've got one of everything.
All right, Gordy, you got some of everything in here, man. Yeah. So what you got sitting over there?
This here is really, really interesting. Try a quick story. It is a Ferrari. It was built in '66, somewhere in that era in Italy. They weren't happy with the sales, so there's a gentleman called Tom Mead, who's very famous. You can look him up on the YouTube or history. And he has a coach building place in Modena, Italy. Anyway, they fabricated a different front end on it, and then later on it was shipped to the USA as a going car, and I believe it might have been a convertible at that time. Anyway, the gentleman owner got in some serious trouble. The car got confiscated. Meanwhile, the engine transmission got stolen out of it. Fast forward, a friend of mine, he ended up buying it without the motor transmission, and then he had a shop in California fabricate the roof, the solid roof on it. So it's a little bit of a retro mod Ferrari, if you want to call it. It could be worth a lot of money, could be worth, who knows. It's a one-off. The engine in it now is a late model 2000 Ferrari, which is very interesting because if you know anything about engines, V8s and V90, Jags, V12 Jaguars, Lamborghinis, BMWs, Mercedes, they're all V60s. This engine happens to be a V65, so we had quite a job to get it to run properly. Finally, we figured it out. We got a computer-controlled ignition system, and the rest is history. It's now running on all 12 cylinders, and as you can see, it's got old-school Weber carburetors on it, and so it's kind of back to where it should be originally.
Yeah, right, okay.
But it's not quite all the original stuff. So
you go from a classic Ferrari to, was it a 32 Ford?
Yeah. So I'm, like I said, I like them all. It doesn't matter what it is. Chevy, Ford, Ferrari, Italian, Japanese, if you want to. They're all cool. They're all cool.
So I see you got a modern motor in here. That's a brand new motor, never been fired up, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, all these wild vehicles and all this stuff, what's your favorite thing to drive or get around in, on or whatever?
I drive my Ford, my Escalade every day. Other than that, probably the number one I got is a Lamborghini Diablo, which is a real one. Yeah. And that's probably one of my most favorite. It's just raunchy. I call it the Italian muscle car. And that thing, it supposedly out of the factory without the wing, 207. Yeah. Which, as you think about it, it's pretty amazing. The car's 92. And the new cars, like the new Corvettes in it, are still not quite hitting the 200-mile mark. But here we are, 92, and it's already going over 200 miles an hour.
Yeah, over 30 years.
And, of course, I've got the Ferraris and, of course, my hot rod. I love kind of cruising around that.
What's this?
And out of my motorcycles, this one's one of my favorite. It's a Night Train, but somewhere along the line, I got a little extra chrome work done to it.
Yeah, it looks like you got a little bit of shines on there.
Yeah, and I guess it kind of looks like a bit of an old school vibe to it, and it's cool. Got the drag bar, the drag bars on it, and yeah.
Hey, well, you know what?
At the end of the day, I like them all.
Thanks for taking the time to talk to us, man. You got a killer place. The garage is cool, and you've shown us some of the coolest stuff I think I've ever seen with four wheels and definitely multiple motors.
Yeah, I definitely got those.
All right, we're gonna get out of here, but you guys seen a lot of cool stuff. Tell us which one you want to see a full workup on, and we'll see if Gordon will help us out.
The king of the streets got the swagger, oh my. First shot he needs to do with a low rider machine. Cherry red paint, chrome wheels they gleam. Snow pulls out his camera, ready to roll. Gas ain't go with snow, time to steal the show.